world champion Sarah Taffel. Sarah, yesterday's tableau in the women's foil event was super stacked, especially like the top 16 being mostly Colombia representatives. You yourself, we spoke yesterday, said that you felt good about your performance. However, your result didn't really reflect that. What do you mean by that?
I don't know if I actually felt good about my performance. More so that I'm trying to use new techniques in my fencing, and I definitely learned a lot from my performance yesterday. How to apply it, when to apply it, how to get that fine balance between what I'm already good at and then adding the new stuff that I'm learning currently and using. So it was definitely a big learning process for me and an important step in my fencing career. Obviously, I didn't get the result I hoped for, but it was good for me in terms of practice and getting ready for my next World Cup in Cancun next week.
Now, as a world champion, also as a top-level fencer at two-time national champion Colombia, a lot of people would question, like, why are you changing everything? What things appear to be working? What is it that kind of motivated you to consider alternatives or additions to your current fencing?
Yeah, well, I think that what worked for me when I was fencing cadet and juniors is not going to continue to work for me on the senior level. And I think anybody who goes to World Cups on the senior level can tell that there's a huge difference in the level of fencing there compared to the junior and cadet circuits. And I think in order to be a good competitor in that field, you have to change parts of your fencing. Doing more of what you're currently good at already is sometimes not enough. And I know, and being this age and going through this transformation right now, I have a lot of fellow fencers who are going through the same thing, and it's a really difficult transition, but I also think it's a really rewarding one. I've been re-inspired and re-motivated more to work hard and to learn new things. And there's a whole side of fencing that I'm learning about that I wasn't even considering prior to these changes that I'm making. And it's fun. Fencing is fun when you think on this high level of reacting based off what your opponent's doing, not just practicing an action over and over and over again and then just executing it in a bout where it's not really the right context for it. It's fun for me, yeah. So.
How long have you been working on kind of what it is you're describing?
Very not
long.
Not long at all. Which is why
1 month, 1 year.
Maybe 2 months. Honestly, I guess I should have started in the summer, but honestly, I started recently, and I think it made this competition difficult for me because I'm obviously still learning a lot. Stuff that will take me years to get
to fine tune.
And I don't know.
So fill us in. What is it that you're doing specifically? What parts of your fencing are you working on that's kind of re-energized you and your love for fencing?
Yeah, it's mostly just my framework. Like I mentioned before, not just doing actions that I would practice in a lesson over and over again, so much as really looking to see what your opponent is doing and responding to that. Being patient and creative and watching very closely and reacting very last minute to make sure that you are doing whatever is appropriate for that time. Not even taking into consideration I know what this person does already from past experiences, because it's always different. You never really truly know. So just really watching and learning from that and slowing the fencing down in your mind so you're able to react with the proper response rather than one that you're just conditioned to do or used to or just feels natural or that is your go-to when you are unsure of what to do. It helps you think more about what needs to be done.
So it's working towards a more fluid, tactical wheel and like analysis of the bout in the moment rather
Yeah.
than like more mechanical.
Yeah. So it's like less action based and more. I don't even know what the right term would be for it, but just more. I don't know. I don't know. It's like a frame. It's just a framework that I use to like help me and
How you
a
approach the
mindset.
bout.
A mindset. So like I'm using this word. Yeah. Bye.
Got it. Clear. Wonderful.
Okay, cut that out. Thanks.